Welcome everybody to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball, and hopefully Mariner fans will see Fernando Rodney shoot one of his arrows in the sky and landing somewhere in Oakland after a Mariner victory. This is game 2 of a 3-game set. The Mariners trying to rebound off of yesterday's 6-1 loss. As we welcome you to O.co Coliseum here in Oakland, California, under cloudy skies. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face Sonny Gray.
Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Leading off, it will be Austin Jackson. In the hot-hitting Dustin Ackley, second. Cano, third. Kyle Seager will move up and hit cleanup tonight. It had been Morales, but Morales will drop down the DH and hit fifth. Morrison back in the lineup, was out of the lineup last night, but back in today hitting sixth. Chavez, Miller, and Jesus Sucre in his last 4 games hitting an even 400 with a couple of RBIs and a double. He will round out the 9. For Sonny Gray, a 13-7 record, ERA just over 3. Again, he struggled a little bit as of late, but 149 strikeouts for him, 62 walks. He's given up 11 home runs. Opponents hitting .233 against Gray. A good fastball in the low 90s and the great curveball from Sonny Gray. Gomes getting the start in left field, Gentry in center, Reddick out and right. And on the infield, Donaldson at third, Lowry and Cayespo playing up the middle. Ryman is the first baseman for the A's tonight, and Soto will do the catching.
Here we go. 24-year-old Sonny Gray out of Nashville, Tennessee, at Vanderbilt University. First pitch. Ball 1 to Austin Jackson. Umpires for tonight's game, the veteran C.B. Buckner behind home plate. Dan Iasonia at first, Adam Homari at second, and Quinn Wolcott at third. Jackson with 4 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Hitting .256 since coming over as a Mariner. Breaking ball for strike.
See what Gray has done in his career. A 4-0 record, ERA at a 1.10. Getting in some trouble lately throwing his breaking ball when he's been ahead in the count, but leaving it up in the zone, and hitters have taken advantage of it. There's a changeup from him. We'll see a few changeup, but mostly he's a fastball curveball pitcher.
Windy day. Wind going from left to right here at O.co Coliseum. Breaking ball hit towards the Mariner bullpen.
And that's an example of what I was just talking about, that breaking ball. They want that pitch down and away. He left it belt high on the inner half of the plate. A little bit easier for the hitter to attack that pitch. And if he continues to make mistakes like that, you'd like to see the Mariners take advantage of it. Absolutely.
Fastball drilled left field, base hit. Good start for the Mariners. Austin Jackson with the base hit.
This is on a fastball again, trying to go away, but this pitch will be middle in. Solid line drive into left field. And look at our McDonald's Supermo and the swing of Austin Jackson. The other things to keep in mind, that first bounce out to Gomes in left field. This is a fast outfield right now. The ball will get through the gaps in a hurry. Again, they played a couple of football games here. The Raiders have played here, so the field is not in the best shape.
Last multi-purpose stadium in use in the big leagues, along with the Sky Dome, Rogers Center.
And you can see the grass out in center field. That's all new sod that has been replaced. So Gentry, the center fielder, Austin Jackson, who's at first, and the Mariners center fielder, keep an eye on their footing tonight.
Ackley couldn't get that one. He fouled it into the glove of catcher Giovanni Soto.
Best fastball so far from Sonny Gray, 94 miles an hour right in the middle of the plate. You can see what Dustin has done over the last 13 games. He has been a hot hitter, .340 with 3 home runs and 13 RBIs in 13 games for Dustin.
And well to right, going back Reddick. A couple of steps, one away.
Batting in the third position.
Bring up Robinson Cano.
Number 22, Robinson Cano.
Probably 4th in the American League this evening. Same quartet at the top. You got Jose Altuve, Victor Martinez, Adrian Beltran, Robbie at 322. Altuve leading the way at 336. Robbie 3 for 9 against Sonny Gray. That's a strike, 1-1.
And you mentioned it in the open. Mariners now in September. I think that they have to get back to what basically was able to get them to this point, and that is to lean on their pitching, play solid defense. They have an opportunity to score early. They need to cash it in because they're a much better club when they score first because of the strength of their bullpen. And that hasn't been happening for them as of late, and that's the reason why they're 2-5 over their last 7 games. It's been a tough time scoring runs.
McClendon going through the signs. He was very encouraged by Taijuan Walker's performance last night, coming out of the bullpen early on as the long man. 6 innings of 6-hit, 1-run ball. One-two to Cano. To the first baseman Fryman. To the shortstop Lowry. Second night in a row we've seen a 3-6-3 double play. That'll do it for the Mariners in the first inning. James Paxton will take the mound when we come back. Turn their eyes to James Paxton, looking for the big left-hander to get him a win here tonight against the Oakland Athletics, and even this series at a game apiece. Let's take a look at the batting order he'll face.
War manager Bob Melvin taking the left-handers out of the lineup today, so Gentry will lead things off. Then it's Lowry moving up in the lineup, hitting second. Donaldson, Gomes hitting the start and hitting cleanup in left field. Was not in the lineup yesterday. The DH, Derek Norris. Then it's Fryman, Soto, Reddick, the only left-handed hitter in the lineup, hitting eighth. And then the switch hitter Cayespo rounding out the 9 for the A's. For Paxton on the year, 4-1 record, a 1.83 ERA, 33 strikeouts, 11 walks on the season for him. Opponents hitting just .219. Good fastball. He'll be 94 to 97 miles an hour with the great curveball and an occasional changeup. He will also cut his fastball from time to time. Take a look at the defense for the Mariners. Ackley in left field, Jackson in center, Indy Chavez getting the start in right, Seager at third, Miller and Cano playing up the middle. Morrison had yesterday's ball game off back in the lineup at first base, and Jesus Sucre will do the catching tonight.
First pitch to Greg Gentry, speedy center fielder, strike one. Top 5 or 6 fastest guys in the American League. Former platoon player with the Rangers as Seager cuts that off, throws him out, one away. With Paxton He's seen continued growth every start since he's come back.
I think so. He's starting to get closer with his command. Still isn't where he was at the start of the season, but it'll be difficult for him to get there. He was almost perfect at the beginning of the year. But I think a good sign. A couple of good fastballs from him to start this game. If he pitches down in the zone, you should see a lot of ground ball ops to go along with the strikeouts that he will get.
He was really missed. He's looking. Jed Lowry, the shortstop. Paxton gets off to the great start, wins at the Angels 7 innings, a 1-0 game, and an 8-2 game, beg your pardon. Then beats the Angels again, going 5 innings. And the injury cropped in, knocked him out until August.
That's pitch's best fastball so far, 97 miles an hour.
1-1 pitch. Chopper to Seager. Good strong throw. Acrobatic and athletic play for out number 2.
Well, this is one of the things I was talking about. The field is really firm. It's a hard field. It's a fast field. And he almost bounces this over Kyle's head. And again, it's because of the football games that they have been playing here. They've had the stands on the field, and they really carved the grass down. They cut it down really low.
A really good chance here for Paxton and the Mariners to jump on this A's ball club that got all its runs last night. 5 of the 6 runs in the first inning. Since that trade of Cespedes to Boston, the team's only hitting .223 since that trade.
And I think Kyle having his best year in the field. Been one of the top fielding third basemen. Makes it look easy. This is the guy you want to be careful with. Donaldson, an 8-game hitting streak. Hitting .448 over that hitting streak, and he's the one that does the damage. You look at his numbers. 26 home runs, 89 RBIs for Donaldson.
Leads pretty much across the board in offensive categories with these athletics. 1-1. With Cespedes when he was here, the highest scoring team in baseball, they were averaging 5+ runs per game, and since then 3-6. It's a trade that brought Lester here. We'll see him tomorrow and send Cespedes to Boston. John Lester.
Looks like James Paxton is feeling pretty good. 98 miles an hour on that last fastball.
Ellerman preps. John Lester goes tomorrow against Felix. That is a marquee matchup. First time the A's are seeing Paxton. 2-2. That is a good start, and just what the Mariners were looking for from James Paxton. Dominant first inning, no score here in Oakland. Mariners baseball here on Root Sports is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, welcoming the smooth, soulful sounds of Anthony Hamilton September 13th. tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. By AM/PM. Too much good stuff. And by Ford, we are local. Good look on the scenery of Jack London Square, downtown Oakland. We spent some time there. The Bay Bridge was being reconfigured. Remember that in 09 when we stayed over in Jack London Square?
One series. When I first broke into the league, we used to stay in Oakland all the time. That's changed now. Most of the teams stay in San Francisco.
Kyle Seager, Kendrys Morales, Logan Morris at 4, 5, and 6 here in the second inning.
A's will have the shift on for Kyle. Lowry, the shortstop, over on the right side of the infield. Again, Callaspo playing second base for the A's tonight. Priming the first baseman.
Kyle 3 for 13 against Sonny Gray. Runs away for a ball.
Over on the radio side in the pregame show, I was talking to Rick Riss, Dave, and the thing that I told him is you get into these matchups, these pitching matchups, and you think they're going to be great. And this year, most of the time they have been. It's been rare when we've had one of these matchups where you're disappointed. I think you have to look at the marquee guys in your lineup to get it done. It's too hard sometimes to have the other guys get it done. I pointed right to Kyle. Kyle moving up to hit cleanup tonight. I think Lloyd McClendon feels the same way. Kyle leading the club in home runs and RBIs. And sometimes you really have to lean on those guys to be a difference maker. You have a good fastball in the inside corner against these great pitchers. And we're going to have a great matchup today and another one tomorrow. And I think you have to look at those guys in the middle of your lineup.
We're strikeout for Gray. CenturyLink link to what's next. This is what comes up tomorrow. Two horses here, boy. Let me tell you, Felix Hernandez, John Lester, recently acquired from Boston. Outstanding numbers.
It'll be a lot of fun to watch him work.
Kendrys Morales. Strike one to Kendrys. 0 for 4 last night. Hit the ball hard, though. But McClendon very encouraged, looking for a hot streak coming. I know we've been saying that for a while, but he says it's going to happen.
Well, it has to for the Mariners. They need him to swing it somewhat close to the way that he was swinging for him last year.
Breaking ball for a strike. 1-2. Bob Melvin on the right. Kurt Young, the pitching coach, on the left. Breaking ball. Donaldson giving chase. Can't get it.
For Morales, the switch hitter, this is the side that has given him some problems. With Seattle hitting right-handed against the lefties, hitting 277. Well, on the flip side of that, turn him around, he's hitting just 201, hitting left-handed. I think that's the reason why Lloyd made the switch. Put Kyle in the cleanup spot, take a little pressure off of Kendrys, see if you can get him going.
Room for growth.
Well, he can make a difference.
1-2. And he swings at a spiked pitch. 2 outs. AL West Showdown taking center stage on the Safeco Field Diamond next weekend in one of the biggest series of the year. Felix Hernandez and the Mariners host John Lester and the A's. 3 big games, both teams vying for a shot at the postseason. Make sure you're on hand September 12, 13, and 14. Catch the Mariners and A's when you get your tickets at mariners.com. There's Logan Morrison riding a 14-game road hitting streak. Into the shift, Callaspo will throw him out, and Gray easy through the second inning. A scoreless ball game. Time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag MarinersFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown later in the game. Brought to you by AT&T. We had a cloudy day in San Francisco. It was sunnier earlier in Oakland, and now the clouds have moved over here on this side of the bay. James Paxton looked good in the first inning. That's earlier in San Francisco on that side of the bay. Early this morning, man, there was big cloud cover. Johnny Gomes leads off, second tour of duty with the Athletics, coming over from the Boston Red Sox. The Gomes, Derek Norris, and Nate Fryman. Paxton in the first inning got 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Quickly ahead of Gomes. Breaking ball hit the center field. Here comes Jackson. And he makes a catch, one away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Seattle Mariners. Derek Norris, the hitter, DHing here this evening. Fastball by James Paxton.
And 97 miles an hour. He's topped out at 98. Hit 98 a couple of times in the first inning. Also encouraging to see him throw his curveball for a couple of strikes to Gomes.
He's looking sharp.
15 pitches, 12 strikes, and he's going right after him.
Two. Fouled off. And again, first time the A's are seeing Paxton. But you got to like his mindset. I got good stuff. I'm going to use it.
Well, exactly. And he's aware of it. He's been aggressive from the time he's shown up in the big leagues. I think the only question was he going to be able to command that good fastball. And he's shown that he can. Trying to bounce his curveball, misses off the plate away. But I just like his attitude. He'll also cut it in on the right-handers. Get in on their hands.
Good to have him back healthy in this ball club. 1-2 here. Did not go as he checked down to Dan Iasonia, the crew chief. 2-2.
You and I were talking about pitchers in general, not James in particular, but just pitching. And I tell you all the time, if you have 97, 98, that's hard to hit. And I think that sometimes they forget about that. Because they have a curveball and a slider and a changeup, they feel they need to use all those pitches. I think if you can locate 97 miles an hour, you're going to be just fine.
2-2.
Like that, right on the outside corner. 97 miles an hour.
I mean, that's for a right-hand hitter on the black. Away from you. Most hitting coaches say, well, you're not going to hit that one anyway.
I think you have a little bit of a better chance because it's easier to get the barrel out there. I would think when he throws it in on your hands is when you have problems. There's a good curveball. He has it working.
2 down here in the second. A second strikeout. Paxton. It is working well.
We'll take a look at this last pitch. Another strikeout looking. You see that a lot from a lot of these right-handed hitters. They will give up on his breaking ball thinking it's going to be high out of the zone because when you throw as hard as James, you try to look down because it's tough to catch up to it. So they'll give up on that pitch early, and he'll get a lot of strikes with that pitch. Just looking at it, they won't even get a swing off because of it.
There's 6'8" Nate Fryman. Up and down from Sacramento during the course of the year. Two big men here. Paxton listed at 6'4", Fryman at 6'8". right at Austin Jackson. A 1-2-3 second, 6 in a row retired. No score here in Oakland. By T-Mobile, sponsoring Tuesday Night Baseball. You look at the port of Oakland, San Francisco in the background. Afternoon action on Wednesday. We've got a scoreless ball game here, top of the third. And both pitchers have faced the minimum through the first 2 innings. Andy Chavez, Brad Miller, and Jesus Sucre, 7, 8, 9 coming up here for the Mariners. Top of the third. Indy 1 for 4 against Sonny Gray. Ball 1.
Indy, one of the hot hitters for the Mariners. Over his last 18 games, hitting .366. Things that Lloyd has talked about a lot is guys writing their own names in the lineup. And Indy, even though he's a veteran, Lloyd likes to give him some time off, he just keeps putting him in the lineup because he's one of the few guys that are swinging it well. And along with Brad Miller, we talked about Brad earlier.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball up high. Runs that pitch away, 3-1. Brad Miller's on deck. And he'll take the walk, see if they put him in motion. Second Mariner base runner. First was Austin Jackson, got a leadoff single.
Brad hitting .318 over his last 12 games. Couple of doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 5 RBIs.
Batting practice at the cage today, and he had another good session. Lloyd McClendon was continued to be very impressed with that line drive home run he hit last night. Over the over the 388 sign, right center field, hit that concrete up there. Heck of a shot.
9 home runs, a career high for him. Ranked second in the American League in home runs as a shortstop. Take a look at the home run that Brad hit In yesterday's game, gets a fastball. It's in the middle of the plate and down, and he just golfs it a 3-iron up into the bleachers.
Impressive.
And again, he's been swinging the bat well on Sunday. Had a couple of base hits, including a double, so he's back in the lineup yesterday, and he homered.
Gray delivers a strike. Not much of a lead by Indy at first. Two.
Brad catches a break. Soto, the catcher, was set up on the inside corner. Gray missed his spot, but it was still over the outside corner of the plate. C.B. Buckner, the home plate umpire, didn't give it to him.
Only Alexi Ramirez of the White Sox has hit more home runs as a shortstop with 13. Brad's got a full count here. Chavez at first, Jesus Sucre on deck. Back-to-back 3-ball counts after not going to 3 balls in any of the first 6 hitters for Gray. Pitch fouled off, and that got C.B. Buckner. Indy was on the move.
Surprised to see him running, trying to stay out of the double play. Mariners hitting into a double play in the first inning. And it's not a straight steal in that situation. He wants to make sure that he goes home. Basically, Lloyd McClendon is depending on Miller to put the ball in play somewhere. But if it's on the ground, then it won't be a double play. We'll take a look at it right off the ankle. Knocked the strap off of his shin guard.
Occupational hazard. 3-2. Chavez runs, and it's ball 4.
You have these types of pitching matchups, you have to take advantage of these situations. Sonny Gray walking the first 2 hitters. Mariners had the leadoff hitter on in Jackson. He had a solid line drive base hit, and he was stranded at first. It's a great opportunity to give Paxton, who looks like he's on his game tonight, give him an early lead. We'll see how Lloyd wants to play it.
Well, Sucre's been a plus guy lately. How about this? 12 starts, ball club's 9-3. And he has swung the bat effectively. His most recent starts.
He showed it his last 4 games, hitting .400. Donaldson even with the bag at third, expecting a bunt.
Strike 1.
Good speed on the bases, but if it's going to be a sacrifice, you want to bunt the ball firmly towards the third base and make him come field it so that the runners can move up easily. Bryman, the first baseman, playing in on the grass at first.
Gets it down. Sonny Gray fields. Throws to the second baseman, Kai Espo, and Jesus Sucre gets the job done. Sacrifice 1-4.
Bunch of high fives for Sucre getting the bunt down.
Now batting, number 16, Austin.
Mariners RBIs matter both on and off the field. For every Mariners RBI during the 2014 season, PACCAR makes a donation to the Page Ahead Children's Literacy Program. The Mariners thank PACCAR for their support in our community. There's Austin Jackson single to lead off the ball game. 2 ducks on the pond. Strike 1.
Infield is playing back except for the third baseman Donaldson, even with the bag at third. So Bob Melvin, he will give up a run here. Jackson hits a ground ball.
Good for Jesus Sucre, his third sacrifice of the season. 0-1 here to Jackson. Mariners have second and third. Take it for a ball. One pitch. Up the middle, base hit. Chavez scores. Miller right behind him. The throw to the plate cut off by Fryman. Austin Jackson comes through. 2-run single and an early 2-0 lead for the Mariners. RBIs 41 and 42 for Jackson. And since coming over from the Maryland, to the Mariners, that's RBIs 8 and 9.
And good hitting. You can see him stay inside. It was a fastball middle in, and he fought it back up the middle. A veteran hitter aware that he did not want to hit a ground ball to the third baseman. Solid line drive back up the middle. Miller with good speed is able to score, and the Mariners taking advantage of a situation. I mean, most of the time, I don't like to sacrifice early in the game, but with these pitching matchups, a run is so critical for you, and to pick them both up on that base hit, that's big for the Mariners.
Kudos to the bottom third of the order. Walk, a sacrifice, and now top of the order, a 2-run single. Here's Ackland. And here's a delayed steal by Jackson. He's in there safely.
We'll take a look at it. You'll see Jackson. He doesn't take off right away. That's why Dave was saying a delayed steal right there, and then he decides to go. He's watching Soto. And here's the thing that I noticed this when the Mariners had the runners up at second and third. Soto looks like he has a little bit of an issue throwing the ball back to the pitcher. We've seen it before from catchers. And when he throws it, he'll almost fall forward to the ground thinking that there's not going to be a throw. So he sees he's not running, and watch how casually as he gets on both knees, and then he'll fall forward. There's the delay, and he thinks he's not going to go, and he'll fall forward. And then by then, he gets up to fire it. But he'll go to both of his knees and almost lob it back to the pitcher with the runners on base. And Jackson was able to take advantage of it.
Seen that over the years. Catchers get, it's called the thing. Ackley down the line, foul. It's taking advantage of the situation, doing a great job.
You can see him get the good secondary. He called it a delayed steal, and that's what it looks like. But I think, again, he was just taking advantage of Soto because he didn't take off right away like you would on a delay. You take those 2 hops, get your secondary, and then when you hit the third time, you take off and run. There was a hesitation. He was waiting for him. He could fall back down on both of his knees, and that's what he took advantage of.
Bouncing ball to Fryman. Jackson gets to third. 2 away. Jackson at third. Paxton with a 2-0 lead.
Now batting.
Now you get Cano up there, and he's got a chance to drive in a run. He's 10th in the league. The .320 batting average, runners in scoring position. Bounced into a double play. First time up. Ball 1. If that situation comes up again and they have a fast runner up, it'll be interesting to see what Soto does and see what the Mariners do in terms of him having to deal with throwing the ball back to the pitcher.
You can see it, 21 pitches in the inning for Gray. Good sign for the Mariners. This will be the 45th pitch overall.
Fryman. Easy play. Mariners get 2. Austin Jackson, a 2-run single, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. video shot earlier today here in the Bay Area. And a reminder to stay tuned. Mariners post game is presented by Delta Airlines coming up after this contest. That was a productive top half of the inning. Couple of walks. The sacrifice laid down by Jesus Sucre. And Austin Jackson on a 1-1 pitch singles to center and brings in 2.
Well, the key to it all is once you get the sacrifice down is to pick the runner up. Don't leave him stranded. Gray, one of the better pitchers in the American League. He's used to pitching out of situations, but Austin Jackson with a clutch base hit.
There's Giovanni Soto. Recently obtained from the Texas Rangers. Oakland fans groaning at that call.
I think a lot of hitters, when they see that fastball at the bottom of the strike zone, because of the angle from Paxton, as you mentioned, 6'4", 6'5", right over the top, throwing downhill. It looks like it's going to be down, but he'll get the call. And I was watching it in the first inning with C.B. Buckner to make sure that he was going to get the fastball down at the bottom of the strike zone. I'm not talking about out of the zone. It's an actual strike, and C.B. was giving it to him, and that's a good sign for James. It's the reason why he gets a lot of ground ball outs.
1-2 pitch. Ball 2. Soto, Reddick, and Callaspo, 7, 8, 9 here for the Athletics. Paxton with a 4-1 record ERA of 1.83. Lefty's hitting 200 against him. Righty's hitting 224. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4. He's aboard. First walk issued. Wrap up this series. Be the final game in Oakland for this season. Coming up tomorrow. A terrific matchup. On the mound, our CenturyLink link to what's next. Felix Hernandez takes on John Lester. Looking forward to being on the air with that game. Here's Josh Reddick. Wow, has his game fallen off a little bit, a lot of bit the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, and that being said, he's rebounded this year. He was average to 254 at the start of the game with 10 home runs. He's the only left-handed hitter in the lineup for the Athletics.
Not used to seeing him in the 8-hole.
Again, it's the lefty Paxton, a big reason why.
Yeah,
he hit second in yesterday's ball game.
Paxton loved to get a double play ball right here. 1-1. And there it is. Cano, Miller, right on time.
Another good sign after the walk. After losing Soto on a 3-2 pitch, comes right back, gets the ground ball. The guys in the middle of the diamond turn it for you, and this is an easy 2-hopper right to Cano. Easy feed. You can see the runner nowhere near Brad to break it up.
Two outs. Brings up veteran utility man Alberto Callaspo. He's at second base today. Callaspo scuffled like crazy against the Angels over the weekend, and on the most recent road trip going 1 for 27. Paxton slows it down and throws, and he got him. Nice play by Logan Morrison. In tight quarters. Cuomo makes the play.
Bob Melvin coming out. And it looks like he was out. I wasn't sure if Morrison kept his foot on the bag, but he did.
Of an opportunity.
Andy Chavez with a leadoff walk, and then Brad Miller working the count, also walks to load to get first and second, and then Sucre, tough pitch to bunt, but he's able to get it down. Good sacrifice from Sucre. Boyd McClendon putting the sacrifice on early, and then Austin Jackson. This is the real key. Solid base hit, his second base hit of the game. Right back up the middle to drive in a couple of runs. As Chavez scores, and then Miller. The Mariners an early lead, and that has been critical for them over the course of the summer. They've struggled with that over the last 2 weeks, but they have the lead now. See if they can add on to it.
That's going to be a key as they try to beat Sonny Gray for the first time. He's 4-0 in 5 starts with a 1.10 ERA against the Mariners entering tonight's game. Kyle Seager, Kendrys Morales, Logan Morrison coming up here in the 4th inning.
Getting these really good pitching matchups, and mistakes are the things that you have to take advantage of. And a leadoff walk and then a walk right behind him, that's a mistake you have to be able to get to Gray. And I think at that point, Boyd wanted to make sure he get at least 1 run, but they pick up both of them. A big key. The other part of it, the Mariners, one of the better fielding teams in the American League. The A's have struggled. They're towards the bottom of the league in fielding. They make a mistake in the field, you want to take advantage of that too. Don't put the shift on with Kyle hitting. Lowry, the shortstop, on the right side of the infield.
Kyle struck out looking. Didn't like that call by C.B. Buckner. He's in an 0-2 hole. 2 strikeouts for Gray. He got Seager and Morales in the 2nd inning. 3rd inning, he walked Chavez and Miller.
And you can see that pitch. It was a strike. Change up. Kyle thought the pitch was down.
Fryman attacks it. Can he get there in time? Sonny Gray was there. Bails him out.
Kyle was running hard the whole way. You can see him coming. He wants to get on the short hop, misses it. At 6'8", did a good job of stopping his momentum and turn around, quick flip to Sonny Gray, and it looked like Kyle was out. Kyle was running hard the entire way.
You're right. At 6'8".
It's good play. Good play by the big man.
Good short area quickness.
Yeah.
My Hall of Fame friend James Lofton always talks about it. What do you got? Short area quickness. Morales struck out on a 1-2 pitch. He beats the shift. Base hit as we check in with Jed Mueller.
Number 20, Logan Morrison.
I love hearing those disclaimers. Thank you, Jed. 1 out, 1 on. Here's Logan Morrison, bounced out the 2nd his first time. Omo looking to extend this road hitting streak to 15 games. And he's going to do it right here. Slicing gapper. Morales to 2nd, digging to 3rd. Rich Dowdley will hold him right there. Logan Morrison with a 1-out double here in the 4th for Logan, his 13th 2-base hit.
This is on a changeup. Does a good job of staying on it. They had the shift on with Logan, thinking he might roll over on the changeup. Good look at our McDonald's Supermo. Let the ball get a little bit deeper. He waits for it to travel and then hits it hard into the gap. You can see how fast the outfield is. Gets to the wall quickly as Gentry picks it up. Give Andy Chavez a chance to drive in a run. Bob Melvin sprinting out to the mound.
23,859 the announced crowd here at O.Co Coliseum. Good opportunity for the Mariners again. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out.
Mariners 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. here early in the ball game. That one base hit by Austin Jackson.
Last night just 0 for 1. Not too many opportunities. 6-1 Oakland winning yesterday's afternoon. The A's went 4 for 10.
Morales does not run well, so they'll play the infield halfway, not all the way in.
Like one to Indy.
So most of the time they had him in earlier, and you would see the middle infielders in towards the grass, but because Morales does not run well at third, they know that they have a little bit more time, so they'll play deeper, maybe a couple of steps deeper than normal.
Stopped by Soto. Chavez has a 1-1 count with Brad Miller on deck. Another one of these opportunities you want to cash in, because this guy has been nails against the Mariners in his brief career. Sonny Gray.
As you look at the Mariners lineup, two hot hitters are Chavez and Miller, who's waiting on deck. Both of them have scored the runs in this game.
Inside Andy Chavez. 2-1.
Brad, he walked and scored.
It's a good third inning for the Mariners. Andy walking a 3-1 pitch, Brad on a 3-2 pitch, and Sucre got the bunt in. Morales and Morrison, base runners, 2-1 pitch. In there for strike.
That's his best pitch. Good curveball from Sonny Gray. Indy on the year hitting .271 with runners in scoring position.
See if Indy can be a good 2-strike hitter. 2-2. Put it in play up the middle. It's going to find a hole. Morales scores. Morrison coming right behind him. Indy digging for 2. He's in there safely. Andy Chavez, the charmed veteran, comes through again. He knocks in 2, and the Mariners have a 4-0 lead. How about that?
We'll take a look at it with 2 strikes. He's just trying to put the ball in play. It's a curveball, borderline, too close to take. You see, it's just off the plate away. The thing that I like is, yeah, he's excited about driving in 2 runs, but then he catches the athletic sleeping Lowry, the shortstop, just standing around, nobody at second base, and Indy ends up moving up. You can see him running hard the entire way. He looks up, takes a peek, nobody covering, and he flies into second to get himself into scoring position.
Has he had a 3-week period or what?
He's playing really well. Again, that's what we were talking about at the start of the game. Lloyd McClendon early on saying that he likes Indy in the lineup, but he has to give him days off, and that hasn't been the case lately. I think right now 25 more games to go, Indy. Get your rest. The way that he's playing. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the swing by Andy Chavez with 2 strikes. Again, just protecting the plate. This is a curveball, borderline away, too close to take. So he just wants to put it in play with 1 out. And fortunately, it finds a hole back up the middle, but heads up base running.
Knocks in 2, gives him 22 runs batted in, 12th double. That's a heck of a play. One out, a runner at second.
I'll tell you something else on that play too. Morrison showing some good speed because they were going to make the ball go through. Morales, it was not a contact play, and Morrison not sure if it was going to go through or not. Took a step back towards second, and then he had to restart, but was still able to score once the ball was able to get through the infield.
He showed good speed last week. Remember, he had that what was it? The 18-wheeler, the hitch-up wagon. Remember, he and Taylor came around the back same time as Callaspo. Throws out Miller. Chavez the third. 2 outs. CenturyLink to what's next coming up. Texas Rangers. Elias against Baker. Iwakuma against Robbie Ross. Chris Young against Nick Martinez. And Derek Holland back in the fold.
That'll make his first start of the season. A couple of good left-handers with Paxton on the other side of that one. Good matchup on the last day of the road trip.
Hit hard on the ground by Sucre. And he throws him out. Andy Chavez drives in two. Doubles up the Mariner lead to 4-0.
You're in for a real treat this evening.
All about W's. Get as many as you can as we come down these final games. Thank you, Jen. Great night for Jackson and Chavez. Both have driven in two. And now the top of the order. Paxton facing Craig Gentry, who grounded out the third. Strike one. Craig Gentry, Jed Lowry, and Josh Donaldson here in the fourth. Paxton tonight has struck out two, walked one. One walk was erased immediately in a double play in the third inning. So thanks to that DP, he has faced the minimum through 3 innings. That's a base hit through the hole. As the Mariners' hunt for the postseason continues, now's the time for you to get on board by putting a deposit down on 2015 season tickets. You'll not only get a great seat location for next year, but you'll receive priority for 2014 postseason tickets. Join the Mariners lineup as a season ticket holder and enjoy exclusive benefits all year long. For more info, visit mariners.com/15. Jed Lowry, he too grounded out to Seager in his first time up.
Base hit through the left side of the infield, the first hit for the A's tonight.
Outfield straightaway, not too deep for Larry. Runner goes. Throw by Sucre. It is in time. He got him. Jesus Sucre guns down Craig Gentry. Only the second time Gentry's been caught this season.
Well, Paxton helps him out. It's a slide step and then a quick, strong throw to second. And he looks like he's out. Cano. Snap tag on him. What a good tag. Good play all the way around. Good job by Paxton using the slide step. Sucre coming out of his crouch quickly. We watch him throw every day before the game, and he has a great arm. He likes to show it off, and a quick tag by Cano to get one of the faster guys in the American League in Gentry.
Impressive. Second runner thrown out by Sucre this season.
Forget AAA threw out over 50% of the runners.
Two and one here to Lowry. Watching him throw, he did everything just perfectly. Came out straight, low, hard, strong. Arm was right on target. It was great.
And one of the things I like is in between innings when the pitcher finishes up his warm-ups, he doesn't take it for granted, just lob it down there. He usually would come down and put something on it to Cano in between innings to work on it.
Cano, position properly, 2 away. Double play in the third. Sucre throwing out Gentry here in the fourth, helping out Paxton. As you mentioned, that slide step very important as well.
And
I think who's the best off the top of my head? I'm trying to remember who's. Is he the best in terms of the starters of holding guys on, lefty or righty? I know Felix.
He has an advantage being left-handed.
Right, no question.
Felix works really hard at holding runners, and he's much better than he used to be.
World different.
Kuma's pretty good.
He's good with the hold, the timing, and he'll come set. He varies his times.
He'll use a slide step too.
Robinson struck out his first time. This one popped up. It's out of play.
Obviously, the best is Joe Beimel out of the pen.
That's a whole nother level.
Yeah, he has one of the best moves, and because of that, the runners can't get much of a lead at all on him.
That's another level. There's Joe B. Great move. You know it's good too? You get, who is it? Somebody recently had like a 1.5 lead and he was throwing over it, but it still made it close.
You just can't read it.
It was crazy. Center field for Jackson.
Good inning.
Sure is. Sucre, a highlight of it, throwing out Gentry as the A's are retired. The Mariners lead at 4-0.
Fifth inning for Seattle. Number 16, Austin Jackson.
Wow, what a race. A lot of fun coming down the stretch here. It's just September 2nd, and the drama is going to continue to build. Have a night, Austin Jackson. He's 2 for 2, driven in 2 runs last time up. Stolen base in the process.
Has his average up to 272 now. The perfect night.
Austin looks at strike one. Top of the order, Jackson, Ackley, and Cano. Jackson with a 3rd inning 2-run single to center. Indy Chavez, 4th inning 2-run double, counting for the Mariner runs.
Austin looks as if he can see the ball well out of Sonny Gray's hand.
Yep.
That last pitch is a good pitch. It's the breaking ball again, which is Gray's best pitch, and it was also down and on the outside corner, but he still had a good swing at it. Wasn't fooled on the pitch. And a couple of base hits. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. Another
breaking ball hits it a gap, but it is cut off as it slices back to Josh Reddick.
Number 13, Dustin Ackley.
That's a good feeling when they go back and you hope that guy's in there next time your turn comes around, right?
Well, when you're seeing it that well, you bet. And you never know what it could possibly be, but for some reason you pick up his release point early. Maybe you just have a good idea of what he's going to throw, when he's going to throw it, or a combination of all those things. And Austin is on everything that he is throwing tonight.
Ackley 0 for 2, fly to right, ground out to first. Down low, 2-0. Dustin now 2 for 12 against Sonny Gray. Fly ball left field. Johnny Gomes comes over. 2 down here in the Mariners' top of the 5th. The Mariners and EQC salute the men and women of the U.S. military with a season-long discount. Armed Forces personnel going to receive 10% off select main, terrace, and view-level seats at all Mariners home games. Simply show your valid military ID at the Safeco Field box office to receive your EQC military discount. Don't forget, just 9 home games remaining. Robinson Cano bounced into a double play and grounded out the first. Out front, 1-1. Pisa, ball and 2 strikes.
Staying with off-speed pitches to him. A couple of ground ball outs to first base. Last pitch was the breaking ball again. The pitch before was a changeup.
Sonny Gray, big reason why the A's had that early lead in the standings. 12-3 record. His first 21 starts, a 2.65 ERA. His last 7 starts, including up to the minute, 1-4 with a 4.70 ERA. Cano 1-2. Ball 2, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Tight count, feeling full.
Tried to surprise him with a good fastball in the inside corner, but he missed with it.
Two outs and nobody on. 3-2 coming here to Cano. Here we go. Now back up this way. Kyle Seager's on deck.
Still didn't want to give in to him. 3-2. Another off-speed pitch.
Through the hole, a base hit for Robinson Cano. Robbie, that's hit number 162 on the season. Two-out base runner for the Mariners and Kyle Seager.
Number 15.
We'll take a look at Robinson Cano. This looks like either the changeup or maybe even a cutter at 88 miles an hour, but he finds a hole on the right side of the infield. A little bit of a jet stream blowing out to right field. See if Kyle Seager can get one up in the air.
Cano fourth in hits starting tonight with 161. That was 162. Altuve leads with 189. Kyle took it, called third strike, and also grounded out the first. Cano back safely. He's 10 out of 12 in base stealing. There's one in the air. Is it deep enough?
Oh, yeah.
It is. Plenty. Gone. Two-run homer. You called it.
And that jet stream.
6-0 Mariner lead. Kyle's 21st home run. RBI's 83, 84.
It's 3 innings in a row that the Mariners have been able to score 2 runs, and Kyle gets a fastball. It is up and in the middle of the plate. When he hits his home runs, he hits them out to right field. He gets the barrel out there in plenty of time and gives it a good ride. They have that high wall out in right field, and he hits it up over that and the scoreboard into the bleachers.
Impressive. Mariners have a 6-0 lead against Sonny Gray and the Oakland Athletics. High and deep to right. And going back is Reddick on the track to make the catch. Good inning, though. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. Look at that lead. 6-0 here in Oakland. from the rules of wireless restrictions. Runs have come in pairs the last 3 innings.
Austin Jackson with his second base hit will drive in a couple of runs. First 2 runs for the Mariners as Chavez and Miller both score. Then about Andy Chavez with the infield in, hits a chopper back up the middle. Mariners will pick up a couple of runs again as Morales scores and Morrison. And then Kyle Seager with 2 outs right after the base hit from Cano. He hits one deep into the seats, his 21st home run of the year. Kyle now with 84 RBIs on the season. That leads the club.
6-0 lead. 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth.
In the meantime, the Athletics with just 1 hit off of Paxton.
And 1 other base runner or walk to Soto in the third. He got wiped out, eliminated in a double play.
Let's face the minimum. Went to the double play after the walk, and then Gentry with a base hit was thrown out trying to steal.
Gomes, Norris, and Fryman in the fifth.
James now with a 6-run lead. He's been aggressive from the start of this game, so that is not going to change. He's going to continue to go after him. He's had a good fastball tonight. He's topped out at 98. 97 on the outside corner.
Feeling it. Other than their 5-run first inning yesterday, Oakland scored just 2 runs over the last 42 innings. Breaking ball for ball 2.
That's the pitch that he hasn't been able to get from C.B. Buckner. The breaking ball in on the right-handers. He's thrown a number of them that have been on the corner. That might have been just off of it, but C.B. needs to stay with that pitch a little bit longer. Sonny Gray may be done. Drew Pomerantz, left-hander, getting loose in the pen for the Athletics.
Knocked the mask off of Sucre. Ball 3, 3-2. Johnny Gomes, Derek Norris, Nate Fryman 4, 5, and 6.
Drew Pomerantz.
And 2 here to Gomes. Off the foot. Cano. Oh my goodness. Did he get him? Just off the bench. His first base umpire Dan Iasonia.
I think Dan wanted to call him out. What a play by Cano. And then the first base coach helped him out. We'll take a look at it. Off of the leg of Paxton, and then we'll see. You'll see Morrison on the inside part of the bag where you want to be. See if he can keep his foot on there, and it looks like that's close. Not sure when he caught it if his foot was able to stay on or not. We'll take another look at our McDonald's Supermo. That is close. Ooh. Morrison looking towards the dugout. He thinks he was able to keep his foot on.
Well, guys are out around the mound. And
I think our best look was the last one. We'll take another look at it here.
And they got the thumbs down, so that count Fab will end.
Be an infield hit.
Jimmy Hartley in video said, nope, no challenge. Great effort, though. Leadoff infield single for Gomes. Here's Derek Norris. Took a cold 3rd strike back in the 2nd inning. Seager gets rid of it quickly to get the force at 2nd. That's a nice play all around there.
I know.
I know.
And take a look at Kyle. Gets rid of it quickly. Get an accurate throw to Cano. He is clearly out. Well, sometimes you can see guys, they'll try to DQ. I think he was trying to do that to the runner to slow him down as if there wasn't going to be a play, just casually standing on the bag, which is typical for him anyway, but still able to get rid of it quickly. Norris runs well and not able to turn the double play.
Fun to watch.
It is fun to watch.
Fryman lined out to center field first time.
The only athletic to be able to hit the ball hard.
Oh, without question. Here's an easy double play. Second of the night. And just right out of the textbook. Mariners and James Paxton lead at 6-0. Brought to you by Country Financial. Grow your own way. And by Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. A time-lapse look at Bay Area at nighttime where the Mariners enjoy a 6-0 lead here in Oakland. Middle game of a 3-game set. James Paxton, 2-hit shutout working. A couple of double plays have helped his cause. And how about this? The Mariners have chased Sonny Gray.
I think it was the home run by Kyle Seager with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Kyle hits a 2-run homer. That's 6 runs off of Gray. And Bob Melvin taking care of his young right-hander. So Drew Pomerantz will take over, hard-throwing lefty. For Sonny Gray, not a good outing for him. 5 innings, Mariners come up with 7 hits, 6 runs. All of them earned 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He threw 80 pitches, 52 of those for strikes. And he gave up the 1 home run to Kyle Seager. Good job by the Mariners offense.
Pomerantz takes over. He's got Morrison, Chavez, and Miller, 6, 7, and 8 coming up.
Though Morrison was able to hit a double in the left center field gap his last time up, they have the shift on in the infield again. Gentry, the center fielder, shading towards left center. Pomerantz just recalled today for AAA Sacramento. He has a good arm. He will be in the low 90s with his fastball.
Started 9 games this year.
Great.
Pomerantz coming over from Colorado. Last year 0-4 in 8 games with the Rockies. 2-9 the year before. 4.93 ERA. Pomerantz back on April 3rd. Got the win in that game. Romo goes chasing. And he's a strikeout victim. 1 out here in the 6th.
And Chris Denorfia going to pinch hit for Andy Chavez.
Now batting, number 9, Andy Chavez.
Good night for Andy.
Sure
walked
was.
his first time up, scored. That was leading off the 3rd, and then came up with the base hit to drive in a couple of runs.
So Denorfia pinch hitting here in the 6th.
Mariners now have a deep bench, so he's going right to it. And there's Indy. Good night.
Here's DeNorfia. Late. This will move into right field. Stiff neck during the Washington series. A late scratch in one of those games. This one popped up. Soto makes the play. 2 outs here in the 6th. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Here you go. Finish up tomorrow with the Athletics, then a weekend series with Texas, a team that has given the Mariners trouble. Then home for Houston and the Athletics.
Tomorrow, 12:35 start, so pregame will start at noon tomorrow. Day game for the guys before they head on to Texas.
Ball one to Brad Miller, who's walked and scored and also grounded out the second. Bender's in there for strike. Fifth time the Mariners have seen Pomerantz this season. Upstairs. Fastball. 2-2.
Well located fastball in the outside corner.
Two out, nobody on. Callaspo makes the play, throws out Brad Miller. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the 6th. They get a 6-0 lead. Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by CenturyLink. Your link to what's next by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. And by BNS Railway, BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. As you look at the Golden Gate Bridge, looking back towards the Bay Bridge in San Francisco on your right. How about James Paxton tonight? Outstanding through 5, a 2-hit shutout.
He has faced the minimum in this one. Only 57 pitches as he works here in the 6th inning.
1 out.
It helps when they hit it at somebody every now and then. Solid line drive right at Brad Miller. Kristen Orphy will take over in right field for Indy Chavez. I was wondering how James would respond. Don't forget in his last outing, he threw 118 pitches, the most by any starter this year. And I think maybe he has his best stuff of the year. He's topped out at 98 miles an hour. Looks like he has a good breaking ball working for him. And had good command tonight.
He's been in attack mode. Really good sign. There's Reddick. Faced the minimum because of plays like you just saw there with Soto lining out, a double play in the 3rd, a double play in the 5th, and Craig Gentry getting thrown out by Jesus Sucre for a first out in the 4th inning.
He's only given up 2 hits in this one.
Good one. He's got everything working. He's got good pace, good command.
That's probably the most important part of it all. Has a good lead to work with.
Cano charging, flipping the glove to get him 2 outs. Economical pitching as well. Ride with all your fans on Sound Transit and enjoy freedom from traffic and parking. Plan your next trip. Visit soundtransit.org. Quick 2 outs here in the 6th. Mariners get 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. 2-run Austin Jackson single. Indy Chavez a 2-run double and a 2-run homer by C. Morrison. Whoa! Slips, throws, got
recovery.
Well done. No panic. Hung in there, and a 1-2-3 inning thrown by James Paxton in a 6-0 lead. Game outing here in Oakland, and the Mariners have a 6-0 lead as we check out our Geico this date in MLB history. Fine right fielder for the Boston Red Sox, Mike Greenwell. September 2 of '96, drove in all 9 runs single-handedly. Red Sox 9-8 win over the Mariners. Kingdom knocks in the last run, 10th inning single. Good arm, good right fielder too. Of course, Dwight Evans had a great arm. preceded him in right field. Jesus Sucre, big part of the Mariners' early success in this ball game. Got down to sacrifice. Set up runners second and third. That was in the third inning. His third sacrifice bunt of the season. Second time up, grounded out the second, and defensively throughout his second would-be base stealer. Was in the fourth. English on that one. As Jed Lowry throws him out, here's Jed Mueller.
Number 16, Austin Jackson.
All right, Jed, thank you very much. Top of the order here is Austin Jackson.
Having a good night. Couple of hits. Picked up 2 RBIs with a base hit in the third inning. Also stole a base, but he's 2 for 3. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. He's been up. His last time up, lined out to right.
Drew Pomerantz on for Sonny Gray. Retired all 4 men that he's faced so far. Mariners pounding Sonny Gray. 5 innings of 7 hits, 6-run ball, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and they gave up a home run. Mariners in line to beat Sonny Gray for the first time. Right field for Reddick. Two away here in the 7th. Follow every Mariners game through season's end with MLB.com at bat. #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone or tablet. Get live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, stats, live radio broadcasts, and the MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download at bat on the app from the App Store or visit Mariners.com today. Curveball from Pomerantz for strike 1. Ackley looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. Fly to right, ground out to first, and fly out to left. One. Oh, 2 strikes. Breezy night here in Oakland. Wind blowing from left field to right field. 1-2 pitch. And Ackley comes up empty as Pomerantz has retired all 6 men that he's faced. 7th inning stretch here in Oakland. The Mariners have a 6-0 lead. Washington's lottery and the Department of Imagination What would you do if you won? Down near the ferry terminal in San Francisco, and like the old electric trolley cars, it's interesting that they have, it's usually the same company manufacturer, but they're painted representing transportation companies from around the country. Remember the first time we came here, I saw the old Philadelphia Transit trolley, and I said, holy mackerel, it might have been one I rode. This one from Louisville, the Louisville Railroad Company. But that was pretty wild to go in there, to be walking around San Francisco and see that. James Paxton, good work tonight, through 6. 2-hit shutout. There's a really been good, as we talked about in the open, get out in front.
It's a big key for them this year, and they have to get back to what's been their strength, which has been their pitching. Paxton has been excellent tonight, just 2 hits for the A's, as he has faced the minimum through 6. 1 walk. 66 pitches, 40 strikes.
Craig Gentry, top of the order here.
Gentry with one of the 2 hits for the Athletics.
Gentry, Lowry, and Donaldson 1, 2, and 3. Three and 1. High strike.
It was a strike. Top of the strike zone, definitely on the plate.
Paxton's battled back. Three-two pitch. Through the hole, a base hit. So Gentry said a good night. Couple of hits. 2 for 3. Reminder coming up this fall on Root Sports, it's the high school football game of the week presented by Papa Murphy's. We're going to kick off the season this Friday featuring the Capital Cougars versus the Tumwater Thunderbirds at 8:30 p.m. Don't miss your favorite local teams in action this season here on Root Sports. Here's Jed Lowry, 0 for 2. Ground out to third, ground out to second. Felix Hernandez against John Lester coming up tomorrow in the finale of this series.
That should be a great matchup. Felix seems to always pitch well against the A's. Lester, 2.5 ERA, has really pitched well this year.
High ball right field, Chris DeNorfia making the catch. Be on the air at noon tomorrow. CenturyLink link to what's next. A look at the profile of these gentlemen.
Both of them 13-game winners. My opponent's batting average, Felix, just over 200. Both of them having really good years.
Felix 18-7 career against the A's with a 2.63 ERA and 33 starts. He's 3-0 this year in 4 games. Good stuff. Donaldson the batter. Strike 1. Brad Miller's got this. So 2 outs with a man aboard here in the 7th. As the calendar turns to September, Mariners continue to set their sights on postseason berth. Every game matters, so make sure you're on hand. Cheer on the boys in blue when they return home next Monday to take on the Astros for a 3-game set. Join us for the hunt for the postseason when you get your tickets at Mariners.com.
Johnny Gomes will step in, 1 for 2. Fly ball to center field, had a base hit in the 5th inning.
Back up the middle, and Cano's there. 1-4-3. Paxton gives up a leadoff single. That's it. 7 outstanding innings by James Paxton. Mariners lead 6-0. Lead for the Mariners as we take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing wild card standings. Tigers rallied late win, pick up a half game. Mariners can get it right back if they can win this game here tonight. And the Yankees starting to fade. Indians victimized by Detroit.
Tigers went through that tough stretch, but they seem to be back out of it again, playing much better. I think for the Mariners, just continue to win series. You can't really look too far ahead or look in front of you. You have to take care of your own business and continue to win series. They're going to be right there in the end.
Here's Cano, 1 for 3. Big man Fryman right to the bag. First out. Jose Altuve, the leading hitter in the American League, 4 for 5 tonight. 8-3 win at home against the Angels.
It was not a good outing for C.J. Wilson.
Torched
for the Angels. Let's take a look at James Paxton. Kyle Seager having a good night. 1 for 3, but that one hit, a 2-run homer.
Third, fourth, and fifth innings good for the Mariners. They scored a pair of runs in each of those frames.
Take a look at the home run by Kyle. Sonny Gray throws him a fastball. It is in the middle of the plate, right at the top of the strike zone, and Kyle able to get to it. Gives it a good ride out to right center field. His 21st home run of the year. Kyle now club leading 84 RBIs. Quickly behind here, Pomeranz with a couple of breaking balls to Kyle for strikes.
Pomeranz came on 6th inning, taking over for Sonny Gray, went 5, and Mariners got him for all 6 runs, all earned. Pomeranz retired everybody's faced. That string continues. Quick 2 outs here in the 8th. Retired all 8 men and struck out 3. Take a look at your Subway in-game box score for the Mariners.
If you look at this game tonight, the Mariners with the 6 runs, but maybe the biggest hit, Austin Jackson, to get them on the scoreboard early. His second hit of the game drove in 2 runs to give the Mariners the early lead. Basically turned things over to Paxton since then. Kendrys Morales 1 for 3. He'll turn around and hit right-handed. First time facing Pomeranz tonight.
Kendrys tonight, a strikeout, single to center, and a run scored in the 4th. Fifth inning, flied out to right. One and one. Paxton will have Norris, Fryman, and Soto 5, 6, and 7 coming up in the 8th inning for Oakland. Launch and a breaking ball, 1-2. Two RBIs for Jackson, 2 for Seager, 2 for Chavez tonight. The Mariners tallies. 1-2 pitch. Off the plate. Fair ball. Soto throws out Morales. Nice bullpen work by Drew Pomerantz. 9 up, 9 down. Here comes Paxton again for the 8th inning.
Something like that.
Thank you very much. Hey, take a picture of James Paxton. Great game. 3 hits, shutout through 7. He's got Norris, Fryman, and Soto.
Working here in the 8th, just 76 pitches for James Paxton. Again, in his last outing, Lloyd let him go through 118 pitches, the most by any starter this year. 12 ground ball outs. That's always a good sign for James.
Punches this one into right field. Chris DeNorfia gets to it quickly. Derek Norris is aboard.
Not a textbook swing by Norris, almost an emergency swing as this pitch is on the outside corner. Little flare into right field, pick up a base hit.
Jesse Chavez and
Ryan Cook.
Yep. Ryan Cook had closed a couple of years ago. One other baseball note you should be aware of, that Clint Kershaw getting it done again for the Dodgers. They lead Washington Nationals. Bomb Doug Fister, 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned in 5 innings. Dodgers lead 4-0. A 1-hit
shutout for Kershaw as he heads to the 7th.
Lucre cannot find it. Down to second easily. Here's Norris. A wild pitch. Two to Fryman, who's lined out to center and bounced into a double play. Paxton 2 strikeouts. He got Donaldson to end the first. Strikeout of Norris in the second. 1 walk. That was to Soto in the third. He was erased in a double play.
First Oakland Athletic to reach second base tonight. Looks like Charlie Furbush is going to start to get loose in the pen again. James Paxton throwing 118 pitches in his last outing. He's only at 80 in this one. And Medina also getting loose. Rick Waite's pitching coach making a trip out to the mound. Buy a little bit of time. They didn't get James back in the strike zone.
Eighth inning. Norris at second and a 3-0 count to Fryman as we check out tomorrow's starters. Will be on the air at noon. Felix against John Lester. Felix 11-3 with a 2.67 and 21 starts against the A's since the start of the 09 season. Strike one.
Still has a good fastball, 95 miles an hour on that last fastball. He's topped out at 98 tonight.
Walk. Second walk. A's have the first 2 men aboard here in the 8th.
We'll bring up Soto. Soto was walked in the 3rd. Lined out to the shortstop. That was in the 6th inning. Does not run well. If he can get him to hit it on the ground, we showed you 12 ground ball outs. Certainly a double play candidate.
Soto's hit into 3 double plays on the season. Strike one. Here's the 0-1. That misses. 1-1. Fryman at first, Norris at second. Two and one. Furbush and Medina heating up here in the 8th. Two-one pitch. Backhand slickly by Seaver to Cano. There's the double play. 3rd of the evening, turned by the Mariners. Beauty.
Well, he's able to get the ground ball we were talking about. Not an easy play to make. This ball is hit hard at Kyle to the backhand side, kind of an in-between hop. He stays with it, gets rid of it quickly. Another accurate throw to Cano. Kyle always giving him an easy play around second. Cano, knowing that Soto's running with not good speed, takes his time, makes a good throw to first. Easy double play once Kyle was able to pick it cleanly.
3 double plays here tonight by the Mariners. Runner at third, 2 outs here in the 8th. Josh Reddick, the hitter. (6-4-3) double play, 4-6-3, a 6-4-3, and a 5-4-3 double play tonight. Good work by the fellas. Breaking ball, good looking pitch. In there for strike, 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2, so strike away. Finishing off the A's here in the 8th.
And this next pitch will be 90 for James.
Like Ryan Cook. Pitch in the top of the 9th. One-two pitch. Ball 2-2 to Josh Reddick. Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Espo's on deck. 0 for 2 night for him. Paxton ready. Here comes a 3-2 to Reddick. And he lost him. Ball 4. Second walk in the inning, 3rd in the ball game. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Espo will be the hitter.
And it looks like Lloyd's going to make a change. He and Trent Jewett discussing it. Paxton now over 90 pitches.
That's the longest longest he's gone in a game in his career. 7 2/3. Heck of a ball game. 6-0 Mariner lead. Here in Oakland, game 2 of this 3-game set.
Take a look at it. 7 2/3, only 4 hits, has not given up a run. He is responsible for Norris, who is at third base right now. 3 walks, a couple of strikeouts, 92 pitches, 53 of them for strikes. I think he's a little disappointed about the 2 walks here in the 8th inning. I'm sure where his pitch cam was at, he wanted to finish this game. But Medina will take over, try to get the final out of the 8th inning. For Medina, his 56th appearance on the year, 2.09 ERA, 50 strikeouts to 21 walks. Opponents hitting 196, and he will get a pinch hitter. Recently acquired Adam Dunn is going to pinch hit. Dunn with a home run last night.
Couple of men aboard. You've got Norris at third, Reddick at first. This would be a classic power-on-power matchup. Adam Dunn, first at bat as an A last night, went deep.
Charlie Furbush still getting loose in the pen. Brandon Maurer has joined him now that Medina is in the game.
Here we go. Swing and a miss by Dunn is 0 for 1 against Medina. .461 career home runs for Dunn, tied for 35th all-time with David Ortiz. Line drive, right field for a base hit. The A's are on the board. As Norris scores. To second goes Reddick. An RBI for Adam Dunn. Well, he has been productive in his first 2 games. Got 3 RBIs as an athletic.
And he gets a fastball that he can handle right in the middle of the plate. Tried to get it in on his hands, but the ball ended up running back in the middle of the plate. Dunn able to get the barrel to a solid line drive into right. Eric Sogard will come out and pitch and run for Dunn.
Sogard will stay on in the ball game and play at second base. Top of the order, Craig Gentry. Had a good night, 2 for 3.
A lot of options on the bench for Bob Melvin. Vogt, Fold, Moss still available as far as left-handed hitters go.
Medina ready with the 0-1. Got him to swing. 0-2. A run in, 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch. And that gets all the way to the screen. The runners move up.
Real wild pitch.
So now Reddick to third. And Sogard, the pinch runner, he's at second.
Another slider. Throws it over in the other batter's box. Tough pitch to block. Basically spiked it.
A wild pitch by Medina. Stop the bleeding right here.
Switch it to Lowry waiting on deck.
Just got a piece of that, and so did Sucre.
Charlie, Brandon both ready to go in the pen. Watching the action. 4 sliders in a row to Gentry.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs and runners at second and third. Run in here, and Medina looking for a put away. And he throws ball 2.
Now 5 sliders in a row. Not throwing him a fastball.
Signs from Suit. Great pitch. Fouled off. Straight up the infield and the outfield. 2-2. Pitch from Medina. Breaking ball hit to left field. One back, Ackley. Can't get it. Bounces over the fence. 2-run score. 6-3 ball game now. 6 double for Gentry. RBIs 11 and 12.
Close the book on James Paxton. 7 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Unfortunately, he pitched much better than that. A couple of walks have cost him. That's a big part of what the A's do. They will take their walks, try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. For Medina, 7 sliders in a row. This last one he leaves in the middle of the plate. Take a look at it.
Seager didn't even want to look at it.
Just didn't get a runner to scoring position until this inning, and they are now 2 for 3 runners in scoring position.
7th man to the plate here in the 8th inning is Jed Lowry, who's 0 for 3. Fouled off.
Medina has a good fastball tonight, 95 miles an hour on that last one.
Talk about a stressful inning. That's foul.
Well, Dave, we are in Oakland, and they're never easy here.
You got that right.
James Paxton, again, his night is done. Really did an excellent job tonight.
You hit Gentry 2-2 as you look at Mallard. Furbush, here's a 1-2 pitch here. Struck him out. Damage done. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors and a man left. To the 9th we go at 6-3 Mariners. brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by Mitsubishi, who invites you to find your own lane. Looking down Broadway towards the Transamerica Tower, 6-3. The Athletics strike for 3 runs in the home 8th. See what happens here. Logan Morrison leading it off against Pomerantz, who's been outstanding. 9 up, 9 down. He's coming on in relief of Sonny Gray. Mariners chased him after 5.
The A's will keep the shift on. Ryan Cook still throwing in the bullpen for the A's. Eric Sogard, who came on as a pinch runner for Adam Dunn, will stay in the game at second.
Goes away from the shift for a base hit. Second hit tonight for Lomo. Got a double to left center back in the 4th inning. The leadoff man's aboard here in the 9th, and make sure you're here this fall as Big Sky Conference football kicks off on Root Sports, presented by your local Ford stores. Watch the Eastern Washington Eagles take on the Montana State Bobcats. All the action begins Saturday, September 20th, noontime Pacific. Right here on Root Sports, the home of Big Sky football. Bob Melvin going to make a pitching change. Mariners have the leadoff man aboard here in the 9th inning and hold a 6-3 lead. Six-3 here in the 9th inning.
Hard-throwing right-hander, a 3.45 ERA, 44 strikeouts and 44 in the 3rd innings that he has worked. Opponents hitting just 190. He has given up 3 home runs this year. Stephen Romero came on the pinch run for Logan Morrison, so Romero in the ballgame as a pinch runner. And James Jones going to pinch hit. He will pinch hit for Denorfia, who would pinch hit for Chavez. See James 1 for 4 pinch hitting this year. Was a double, picked up an RBI.
Expecting a bunt, Josh Donaldson in on the grass at 3rd.
Fernando Rodney getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Jones gets the bunt down, foul. Strike 1. Jones looking at Rich Donnelly, getting the signs. The one-time closer here for the Athletics, Doolittle moved into that spot. He recently went on the DL. Bunt down to Donaldson. Throws out Jones. Second time the Mariners get the bunt down tonight. Sucre did it in the third.
That will bring up Brad Miller. Mariners tonight 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. As you take a look at Jones, squares around early, keeps the barrel of the bat above the strike zone, right at the top of the zone. Doesn't jab at it, just basically catches it on the barrel of the bat. Good bunt, well done.
Sacrifice 5-3.
Assuming Smoke will go in and play first base.
There's Brad Miller. Walk, a run scored in the third, ground out in the fourth, ground out in the sixth. Top back 1-1.
And when Smoke has come out on deck, he will pinch hit for Sucre.
Miller 0 for 1 against Ryan Cook, as you see Stephen Romero at its second. Brad Miller, line drive. Reddick is there. Two outs.
And now Smoke going back to the dugout. Sucre will hit.
Sucre with a sacrifice and 2 groundouts tonight. 0 for 2.
Now batting to Jesus Sucre.
Fernando Rodney, bottom of the ninth, 3, 4, and 5 for the Athletics. Strike 1. Off it. 1-1. Third, fourth, and fifth innings good for the Mariners. Pair of runs in each of those innings. Trying to get another one here. Sucre fouls it back.
They had a good pitch to hit. Fastball in the middle of the plate, elevated for him. Fouling it straight back.
Ball and 2 strikes. Got a piece of that, 1-2.
Good slider from Cook off the plate, away and down.
Here comes the 1-2. Towards the Mariner bullpen. Reddick, long run, can't get it.
Interesting, Romero was running, trying to steal third on the pitch.
Sure would like to pick up that run. 0 for 2 night with a sacrifice for Sucre. Romero, pretty good speed at second base. 1-2. And it got picked off. So he's out 1-4. And that's not the way they wanted to end this inning, and he was dead meat. 1-4 on the put out. Bottom of the ninth coming up. There's the arrow we talked about in the open. Fernando would like to add his collection to that sculpture. Thank you, Jen.
And Fernando Rodney.
To 10 o'clock. Here we go.
He's looking for his 40th save on the year, a 2.28 ERA. 62 strikeouts and 55 in a third. Opponents hitting 235. Good fastball from Rodney. It'll be ranges anywhere from 92 to 97 miles an hour. And, of course, the great changeup right around 80. Justin Smoke will take over at first base. And James Jones will stay in the game. And a sacrifice bunt, stay in the game, play right field.
So here we go. Mariners by 3. Trying to even this series at a game apiece. 3, 4, 5 in the order. Donaldson, Gomes, and Norris. And Stephen Vogt is on deck. Donaldson 0 for 1 against Fernando Rodney. Behind early 2-0.
Vogt has come out on deck. Bob Melvin has already used Adam Dunn. You see Vogt on deck. He still has Brandon Moss available to him.
He has been in a woeful slump. 3-1. One pitch here to Donaldson, leading off the A's. Swing and a miss.
Good changeup.
Strike 3 called. How about Fernando Rodney? Early hole, comes back, gets a strikeout, looking one out here in the ninth.
After the 3-1 changeup, comes back 94 miles an hour. It's a perfect pitch right on the outside corner at the knees. Donaldson taking it, thought that pitch was down. The CB Buckner, the home plate umpire, rings him up. Vogt well pinch hit. He will hit for Gomes. Johnny Gomes out of the game now.
Vogt played first base yesterday, went 1 for 2, scored a run. Big one. Now Fernando's ahead. 0-2.
And he has a good changeup tonight. That changeup at 80. A great changeup, 3-1 to Donaldson.
Oh, 2. Rodney ready, the 0-2, swing and a miss. 2 down here in the ninth inning.
And another changeup on the outside corner.
Special pitch.
What made him one of the best closers in the game is this pitch right here. You can see the movement. Vogt out in front on that pitch, puts him away. 2 strikeouts for Rodney. Norris will step in, and Brandon Moss has come out on deck.
First pitch from Fernando. Drilled into the gap. Ackley gets it before it gets to the track. Here's a throw to second. And a chance. Safe.
Good play by Dustin Ackley. I was a little bit surprised that the A's are down by 3 runs with a couple of outs that Norris would even try it. But it was a good play by Dustin. Again, the outfield is extremely fast. Dustin cuts it off. Perfect throw. One-hop throw right to Cano. But he clearly beats it. And Brandon Moss will pinch hit for Fryman, the starting first baseman. Sam Fold has come out on deck. He will pinch hit for Soto.
Brandon Moss 0 for 3. Let's look at Sam. 0 for 3 against Fernando Rodney. 2 outs. Man at second. First pitch. Fly ball left field towards the line. Ackley giving chase into the corner. Can't come up with it.
Great effort. He was out towards left center field, covered a lot of ground to get close to it. Ball slicing away from him. Dustin going into a slide, protect himself. Came in for defense. He's right.
Fernando Rodney trying to keep Moss on this bad road he's on. 0 for his last 13. Drills it. Right field. One hop. Off the fence. Jones will get it back in. Well, the A's chip away with 2 outs. Make it a 6-4 ball game. RBI for Moss.
Back-to-back doubles. The A's 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position. You look at the swing by Moss. This is on the changeup. He left it middle in the plate. He hooks it down into the corner for a double, and Sam Fold will pinch hit for Soto.
Making it dicey. Fernando Rodney. 2 outs. Trying to get Sam Fold. Strike 1.
Seager playing in at third. Smoke on the line at first. Kyle has to cheat in a little bit. Fold can run and likes to bunt for base hits.
Sam representing the tying run. 2 outs. Moss at second. Pitch. That's out of play. Fernando's got him 0-2. Fernando, strike away from putting this in the win column for the Mariners. Inning started out well. Strike 3 called, a strikeout swinging, then a double to left center and a double to right. Makes it a 6-4 ball game. Trying to get Sam Fold. Pitch. Off the fist, fouled away.
Yeah, breaks his bat.
This time Fold and Fernando Rodney going head to head.
It's a well located fastball at 95 miles an hour. That coming after 2 changeups. And I think Fold trying to protect against the changeup was jammed.
Two-run Mariner lead, 2 outs in the 9th. Rodney ready, pitch to Fold. Hit well to right. Jones will not get it as it bounces over the fence for an RBI double, a ground rule double, and now we have a one-run game.
3 doubles in a row for the A's. That one was on a changeup. They are now 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position. And that will bring up Reddick and Lloyd McClendon out of the dugout. Nobody getting loose in the Mariner pen. We've seen this a number of times. Lloyd will come out, have a conversation with Rodney. Take a look at the last pitch. It's a changeup, leaves it middle in. Sucre, the catcher, set up on the outside corner. Rodney wasn't able to get it there, left it about belt high.
Sam Fuld with an RBI. His 14th double, 27th run batted in.
Typically on these visits, it's Lloyd basically going over the scouting report, how he wants him to pitch to Reddick.
Reddick 0 for 4 against Fernando. 6 men to the plate. This after 2 quick outs to start this bottom of the 9th inning. Fuld with exceptional speed. He's at second with the tying run. Here's Josh Reddick. Bounced into a double play. Grounded out to second. Walked and scored. Nail biter now. Ball 1.
They're straight up in the outfield. At normal depth. Same on the infield, playing him straight up. Brad Miller, shortstop, trying to keep Fuld close to second.
Here's the 1-0. Comebacker up the middle. Charging is Miller. Good hot throw. Got him. Mariners win the ball game. It was a sweat. That's a wet arrow he just shot to the sky. Mariners hold on to win 6-5 and resume normal breathing.
Well, they're having fun now, but it was intense out here. Again, the A's, especially here in this ballpark, they've been so good. James Paxton, though, will get his 5th win. What an outing for James Paxton. A lot of early run support, a big key, obviously, in this game as the Mariners score 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Kyle Seager with a 2-run homer in the 5th. Proved to be the difference in this one. Didn't think we were going to get to it. And Fernando Rodney gets his 40th save on the year.
Oh, my goodness.
Fun, isn't it? September baseball.
That's what it's all about. 6-5 Mariners. My goodness. We'll take our breaths and catch you tomorrow morning about noon as we send you off to the Mariners postgame show right now, Jen and Bill.